junior high. I had come to Edmonton, 1970, and by that age, I was doing daily exercises because my dad told me that your muscles grow the more you use them. And that's the opposite of what I at first believed. I thought that I would save up my muscles, like what I saw in cartoons on TV. I would save up my muscles and I would eat spinach like Popeye, and my muscles would grow so big. I thought they were like a battery, like you don't use it and it's stronger. And then I told this to my dad because my dad saw me getting beat up. And he says, no, it's the opposite. If you use your muscles, they grow stronger. And he did daily exercise. So I started doing daily exercise at the age of 8 years old. So I was doing daily exercise. That was back in Regina. When I moved to Edmonton, I was a small frame. I'm a small frame male. But I had little tiny bird muscles. I had little muscles that showed when I wore a t-shirt. So when you go to a new school, of course, the very first people that befriend you are the bad kids, the rowdies. So whatever class I went into, these were the kind of people that would come and seek me out, see if I was, what I was all about. And one of the first things one of their guys said, like these bad kids, one of the first things they said, I'm sitting in there in class, and he sidles up to me and he says, I just barely know this guy's name. He hardly knows me at all. But I found that when I walked through the school, like you had to open these fire doors. These are heavy fire doors. I found that if I just push on the latch a little bit, the crash bar, it would unlatch, and then I would put my foot on the door about 12 inches above the ground and step down, and that would fire the door open like I'm the Hulk. And I don't know if that got me a reputation or not. It was just a trick. It wasn't anything to do with strength. It was my leg that was opening the door, not my arm. But I would walk through all these doors doing that motion and go wham, wham, wham. And it was easier on my arm. So maybe that helped with my reputation or something. Anyway, this kind of tough kid sidles up to me and he looks right at me serious. He says, you know who you should fight? And I just burst out laughing. I said, oh, no, who? Who should I fight? And then he gave me the name of the person I should fight. And I said, I don't know that person. I've got nothing against that person. I'm not going to fight him. So that was kind of off the table for that grade. But the person that he said I should fight was a real troublemaker. And even though he hung around with the tough kids and the cool kids, he wasn't well liked. We had this kid named Jordan, and Jordan was from a poor family. He wore these green rayon work clothes. Like, these are the cheapest, toughest clothes you could buy. And they were oversized. And I found out that his dad died. And they had a lot of kids in the family. I don't know how many. Might have been 5 or 6. He was the oldest male. So he felt a lot of responsibility. He's a very serious person. He wasn't, he was a real nice guy, but he wasn't into joking around a lot, and he wasn't part of the tough kids crowd. Well, the person that I was told I should fight decided to pick on Jordan. And like, this was something new, because nobody picked on Jordan. Jordan was really tough, and he was big. Well, somebody yelled, "There's a fight, Jordan and this other guy." And we looked out the window, and sure enough, there's this cloud of dust, just like Pigpen in those Charlie Brown cartoons. A cloud of dust, and all I saw was fists coming out of the cloud and going back into the cloud, and legs and coming out of the cloud, going back into the cloud. And this was like 2 young lions on the African plain deciding who's going to be the boss. Well, guess what? Jordan threw this guy around like a rag doll and just pounded the crap out of him. And this other kid showed up with a bruised up face, black eye, the next day at school. And we knew who had won. And the kid deserved it. He was just a a-hole to everybody. I don't know if there's a life lesson in that. Don't pick on poor kids that are tougher and bigger than you.